Today we'll ask our AI agent to identify and fix issues on AWS Cloud. And this is the same AI agent that we use to build on AWS Cloud. So in the first video, I had used the same AI agent to create buckets, S3 buckets, delete S3 buckets, create folders on those S3 buckets, and list our EC2 instances or servers. It can basically do, it can basically run any AWS CLI commands. So it can create any AWS resources. And if you give it access to Google Cloud, it'll also do the same thing on Google Cloud or Azure Cloud or Oracle Cloud. So, but today the focus is on identifying issues and fixing them, right? So we'll see if our AI agent can do that. And what I've done is I've created this infrastructure on AWS where I've created two VPCs. The VPC on the left will have public uh, access, which means it'll have internet access because it's connected to the internet gateway. And this VPC also has a EC2 server, which will have public access. But on the right side, the private VPC does not have any internet access, and it has a server called private Ubuntu, which will again not have any internet access. But the EC2 server on the public VPC will be able to communicate uh, to the EC2 server on the private VPC. So this public EC2 will be able to communicate with this private EC2 because I've done something called VPC peering, which establishes connection between two VPCs. All right, so let's see that in action. So this is the public uh, EC2 machine from where I'll be pinging the private EC2 machine. All right. So the public EC2 machine obviously has a public IP address because it has internet access. And the way we identify the public machine is with its private IP address 10.0.1.125. So I've already logged in here 10.0.1.125. So I've logged into the public EC2. All right. And I will ping the private EC2 from the public EC2. So I'll take down I'll copy the private EC2's IP address. So as you can see, the private EC2 does not have any public address because it's on the private VPC. It's inside a private network. So it does not have any public IP address, but it has a private IP address. So I will ping the private EC2, and as you can see, it's pinging right now, right? So uh, what we'll do initially is we'll shut down this private EC2 server. And obviously, when we shut down this private EC2 machine, this private Ubuntu machine, it'll stop pinging, right? And then we'll tell our AI agent that I'm not able to ping. So identify the issue, see what's wrong, and fix it, right? So right now it's pinging. Let me stop this private EC2 machine. Okay, I've stopped it. It's stopping right now, so it should stop pinging. And yeah, rightfully so, it stopped pinging. So if I ping it again, it's now not pinging, right? It's not pinging the private EC2 machine, which is 10.1.1.151. 10.1.1.151. This IP address here is the private EC2's IP address, and it's not pinging right now. So 19 packets transmitted, zero received, 100% packet loss, right? So now we'll tell our AI agent that we are not able to reach this machine. We're not able to ping it. So find a solution. I mean, identify the issue and fix the issue. That's what we'll tell him. So I've already prepared a prompt for the AI agent, and this is the prompt. I am unable to ping EC2 instance called private Ubuntu, which is this one, private Ubuntu. I'm not able to ping it, obviously because it's stopped. I'm unable to ping the EC2 instance called private Ubuntu in region EU North 1, which was reachable earlier. Can you check? Okay, let me read it from here. I'm unable to ping the EC2 instance called private Ubuntu in region EU North 1, which was reachable earlier. Can you check why the private Ubuntu is not reachable? If you find out the issue, come up with a solution and immediately apply the solution and ask me to check if the private Ubuntu is reachable before running further commands. Okay, so let's give it this request. Let's tell it, and it's doing its thing. The AI agent is consulting with its brain, the Chat GPT brain. Very soon it will start running commands using this tool. Yeah, it's already started running commands. And the prompt that I gave, the original prompt, I mean the context that I gave is pretty generic to this AI agent. So this is what I gave. Use your call workflow tool in order to run whatever relevant AWS commands or any Linux commands or any Python scripts required to fulfill the chat request, right? Or this is what I gave. It's pretty generic. And I gave it further context. If you need to log into any remote EC2 instances, use the command, use this SSH command to log in to a remote EC2 instances. But do not log in unnecessarily for low severity issues. Only log in unless absolutely necessary. Okay, so let's see what are the commands it ran. Okay, so it already started the EC2 instance. It found out that the EC2 instance was the private Ubuntu machine was stopped here, and then it started the instance, but it's still doing its thing. I think it's waiting for the instance to be up and running. So it takes a minute or two to initialize. Right now it says initializing. So the server, I mean the AI agent, it identified that this machine was stopped and it started it, right? So this is a pretty simple use case, but next we will make some changes to its networking, to the VPC networking, and see if it's able to identify that as well. So it'll fix this issue because I can see that it started the server. The AI agent started the server, and now if I ping this server, it's pinging again, right? So it's fixed this issue, but it's still doing its own thing. I think the it's waiting for this EC2 machine to pass all the checks. Like the above machine has 3 out of 3 checks passed, right? So it's waiting for the machine to fully initialize. Yeah, so it's passed all the checks. I think it'll stop now. Oh, it's still doing its thing. It's fixed the issue, but it's running further commands. I don't know why. Okay, so yeah, finally it stopped and it says findings, root cause, the instance private Ubuntu was in a stop state. Stopped instant won't respond to ping, obviously. So that's why I wasn't able to ping because it was stopped, is what the AI agent is telling me. Action taken, I started the instance and it's now running. right? And it's made some additional findings that it does not have a public IP. It can only be pinged from within the VPC. Okay, that's a good finding. Okay, so yeah, so it resolved that issue. Now let's give it another issue. Let me clear the chat so it does not have any memory. Uh, yeah, let me stop this. And this time let's make a networking change. All right. So this is the security group of the private of the Ubuntu machine. Let me just close the security group here. Let me open it again. Of the private Ubuntu machine, right? Let me open the security group of the private Ubuntu machine, and we'll make some changes there. We'll make some changes to the security group. So right now, all traffic is allowed from this subnet. So this subnet is actually uh, on. I mean, the public Ubuntu is on this subnet. So it's only machines from this subnet is allowed to communicate with the private EC2 machine. So we'll make some changes here, and then we'll ping it. Okay. So right now, if we ping the private Ubuntu, it's pinging, right? It's pinging. So 5 packets sent, 5 received, 0% packet loss. So the connection is fine. So let me edit this. It's 10.0.1.0. Okay, let me take a screenshot of this so I don't forget it. Anyways, I'll remember. So let me edit this. Let me make it 20 dot something, 20.0.0.0 slash 24. Yeah. And let's save it. Obviously, there's no such subnet here. And now this machine, this private machine, will not, I mean, nobody will be able to communicate to this private machine. All right. Earlier, only this machine had access to this machine. This machine was able to communicate to the private Ubuntu machine. But now, if we ping it, since I've made the change, see now it's not pinging anymore because I've made a change. I've made a change, and that subnet actually does not exist. There is no subnet that starts with 20. There's only subnet that starts with 10. 10.0.1.0 is the subnet. So it's not pinging, right? But the system is on. It's private Ubuntu. This is on. It's running, but it's still not pinging. So 11 packets or 21 packets transmitted, 0 received, 100% packet loss. So let's tell the AI agent that we are not able to reach the private Ubuntu server. So let's give it that same prompt. The same prompt. I am unable to ping the EC2 instance called private Ubuntu in region so and so, which was reachable earlier. Can you check why the private Ubuntu is not reachable? If you find out the issue, come up with a solution and immediately apply the solution and ask me to check if private Ubuntu is reachable before running further commands. Okay. So let's see if it fixes the networking issue. We did not give it any clue that it's a networking issue or whatever. I just we just told it uh, we just told that we told the AI agent that the server is not reachable, right? That's all said. And now let's see how it handles things. It's already started running commands. It found out that the server is running. Okay, so it's still doing its thing. It's ran a lot of commands. It's checking security groups, it's checking subnets, it's checking route tables, it's checking network ACLs. Phew, it's doing thorough troubleshooting here. It's again checking. Oh, now it's running a command that will change the security group. Okay, so it has found out that there's something wrong with the security group. So it's trying to change the command. Let me see if it's pinging now, right? I don't think it will. Oh, it's pinging. It's fixed it. So the AI agent was able to identify and fix the issue. Yeah, it stopped now. It stopped doing its thing, and it says diagnosis. Private Ubuntu is running in subnet 10.1.1.0 with private IP so and so, right? And the subnets route table has a VPC. Okay, the instance security group only allowed inbound traffic from 20. You remember we changed it from 10.0 to 20.0, so it was able to identify, which does not match your public CIDR block, right? So it was able to identify the issue here in the security group. And what it did was, the action taken was, I added an inbound rule to allow all protocols from 10.0.0./16. This should restore ping reachability across the VPC peering. Okay. Please test from a host on this subnet. Please test the connectivity, right? We already did that, and it's pinging fine. So yeah, it's able to identify any kind of issues basically. It did identify the issue with the security group, but it checked the route table also. So if there was an issue with the route table, it would have corrected that as well. Route table or subnets or anything really. So two issues the AI agent was able to resolve today. First issue was we had powered down the server, and it found out that the server was powered down. It powered it back on, and it restored connectivity. The second issue, we made changes to the security group. We added a wrong. We purposely added a wrong or an incorrect subnet and or a CIDR block, and it was able to identify that there was a incorrect CIDR block in the security group. So if you look at the security group now, if you refresh, see this was the CIDR block I had added, right? Which is wrong. So now, yeah, if I refresh it and it added this one, it added the correct CIDR block, and that's why there is connectivity now. Now it's able to ping. Okay, yeah, so that's about it.